very confident, very sure and happy and ready to do the business. I'm just raring to go.
What's it like up here at the farm gym in Elstree? You have the gym to yourself, closed doors. We've been allowed in today, but no distractions. And how hard have these guys got you working?
I think it's the best place I've trained in for any fight I've had, and it's good. I've got all the close people around me that
Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois are gearing up for an epic showdown. Both fighters are at the top of their game, promising a high-octane, thrilling battle. Meanwhile, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn highlights that both Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois are in peak form and showing impressive improvements. He anticipates a fiercely competitive fight, stressing that Joshua must be strategic against Dubois' aggressive style.
In the form of his life, Ben Davison and Lee Wiley. This is not tactically a tough fight for Anthony Joshua. It's just a very dangerous fight. You know, unpicking the flaws of Daniel Dubois and setting traps against him is not going to be the problem. It's going to be what's coming back, and it's about being smart and being like a sniper in there and taking this guy out, because Dubois is very active. He's got great volume to his work. And I was saying to Frank, it's going to be really interesting to see how they both come out, because I don't know if Dubois can control his emotions in there on Saturday. And if he doesn't, he'll come out like he did against Hrgovic. And if he does, one way or the other, this will be over inside 3 rounds. And it could just be an almighty shootout. Or they could be a little bit more cautious. They're definitely going to be conscious of each other's power.
Eddie Hearn is giving major respect to Daniel Dubois, saying the guy earned his stripes in the boxing world. Even with past setbacks, Dubois has bounced back strong and is now a serious contender. Hearn is pretty pumped about the fight because Joshua and Dubois are both in peak form. He's got high expectations for this matchup, noting that both fighters are looking sharp and dangerous. He's stressing that Joshua needs to be smart and strategic, especially since Dubois is known for his aggressive and active style. It's clear that this fight's going to be a high-stakes, no-holds-barred showdown, with both guys bringing their best to the ring. Hearn added, "This is one of the best cards I think we've ever seen. There's some brilliant 50-50 matchups, a tremendous World Heavyweight Championship fight between two very dangerous Brits." Moreover, boxing manager Frank Warren anticipates it might be a high-intensity shootout or a more cautious battle. Given both Joshua and Dubois are in peak form, he believes the fight could end swiftly due to their aggressive and powerful fighting styles.
Yeah, because of what they carry in their fist. Especially, you know, big punchers. They're both massive punchers. And let's get it right. Neither of us want to see our guy take the first big punch. Neither of us want to do that, because I think that's going to be the telling moment in the fight. But it's going to happen. It's not going to go the distance, because these styles of these guys will not allow that to happen. They're not that type of fighter. They're very... When they've got a guy in trouble, they're both good finishers.
Frank Warren explains how Dubois was in a tough spot after facing Usyk, looking like he might be out for the count. But then came his bout with Big Baby Miller, which was a game changer. Warren gives a shout out to Dubois' dad, who really stepped up, got him back in the game, and is a key player for his upcoming fight. With his old man in his corner, Dubois is set to roll, and that's a major boost. Warren added, "This is going to be a classic heavyweight showdown. Both of these guys are going to go for it. It's going to be a great fight, one of those epic clashes." In addition, pro boxer Chris Eubank Jr. believes Dubois got robbed in the Alexander Usyk fight, saying the body shot was legit. He warns Joshua to stay sharp because Dubois has the power to flip the script with one punch. Even though AJ's the favorite, Dubois is a threat if given any opening.
That's right. You know, I think that I think he beat Usyk. I think he should have got that title. I mean, that body shot wasn't low in my opinion. So really, he should have got that. He should have beaten him. It didn't happen for him, but you know, he's a big boy, he's strong, he can hit. So yeah, obviously AJ, regardless of his experience, has to stay on his, you know, on his P's and Q's at all times. Otherwise, you know, there's going to be a big upset.
And if we can get a quick prediction from you, what are you expecting?
AJ, I think he's going to be looking for a knockout. I can kind of sense some bad blood, some between them. I think he's going to want to go out there and teach him a lesson. So I'd say, you know, AJ stoppage, maybe mid-rounds.
Eubank Jr. keeps it real about the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois matchup. He gives Joshua his props, saying AJ's got the edge with experience, skill, and boxing IQ. In Eubank's eyes, Joshua holds the cards in almost every department. From what he's seen, Joshua's the more seasoned fighter who's been through it all, and he should handle Dubois as long as everything goes according to plan. Chris respects how Joshua's matured in the ring, sharpening his game through tough fights and staying mentally strong. Chris added, "The exciting thing about heavyweight boxing is that one punch can change it all. One punch can end it all. If you hit on the chin, you're going to go down. Moreover, former boxer Lennox Lewis says Joshua's up against a real power hitter in Dubois. He's got to come out swinging and keep the pressure on. No backing off, just straight up domination to deal with Dubois' heavy hands.
This is the first time that we've seen Anthony Joshua in with, I think it's fair to say, a legitimate puncher in the heavyweight division for quite a number of years, Lennox. How does that change the dimensions this weekend? Anthony Joshua going in with someone in Daniel Dubois who can really punch.
Yeah, you know, Anthony Joshua's been hungry, starving for this type of competition for a while, and he's finally got it. So I think he welcomes it. I think he's looking for an opportunity to display his talents against a legitimate fighter.
Lennox Lewis talks about how Daniel Dubois is coming into the fight with Anthony Joshua on a high, thanks to some solid recent wins. After a tough loss to Usyk, Dubois bounced back strongly against Miller and Hrgovic. Lennox says momentum's key in boxing, especially in the heavyweight game. Dubois, who's ranked second in Britain, is hungry to prove he deserves the top spot. He needs to channel that hunger, fight like he's got everything to gain, and use his recent form to knock out Joshua and claim his place as a top contender. Lewis added, Anthony Joshua's grown as a boxer. He's been through the trials and tribulations. So right now, I see a very positive, focused Anthony Joshua. Him having Ben Davis in his corner as well is good for him because Ben's all about the mental, and it's all about what he can take from Ben if he can take the knowledge that Ben comes with and put that into the ring. Boxing trainer Adam Booth breaks down the upcoming clash between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. He says it's a real coin flip. Both fighters have a shot at winning. Joshua's got the edge with his experience and smart, calculated style, waiting for the perfect moments to strike. But if Dubois comes out swinging hard and fast, he could throw Joshua off his game.
Against Ishmael Davis on Saturday night, what chance do you genuinely give Daniel Dubois? What has he got to do on Saturday night?
It's just chance. It's almost like a literal spin of the coin choice as to who wins. AJ has become really adept and really experienced in being more careful about how he goes about his work, that he doesn't take unnecessary charges, that he waits until the perfect moment to pick the shots.
Adam Booth says the jabs are key to winning. It's not just about how hard you hit, it's about landing those jabs cleanly. Just like in a street fight, anyone can throw punches, but only the one who lands them accurately gets the upper hand. Both Dubois and Joshua have powerful jabs, but the fighter who connects with precision and keeps landing those shots will take control and likely win. Adam added, I also know that sparring that's true, all that matters is what happens under the lights. I only slightly favor AJ, but whoever wins, I see it going relatively quickly. Daniel Dubois expresses that he doesn't have any nerves about the upcoming fight and is simply eager to get into the ring. He mentions that being the underdog in his last few fights has become a familiar mindset, which helps him stay gritty and prepared.
Just can't wait to fight. Can't wait for the ring walk and getting in the ring and showing up and doing the business.
Do you feel like you're the underdog, and if so, how do you prepare with that mindset going into this fight?
Every fight, my last 3 fights, I've been the underdog, so I'm used to that mindset and that grittiness that I need for this.
Additionally, Daniel Dubois is fired up and set to take down Anthony Joshua. He's been hitting the gym hard, feeling invincible, and says he's got everything locked in to defend his title. Dubois is all about business and is bringing that knockout swagger, ready to make a statement against AJ.
Very confident, very sure and happy and ready to do the business. I'm just raring to go.
What's it like up here at the farm gym in Elstree? You have the gym to yourself, closed doors. We've been allowed in today, but no distractions. And how hard have these guys got you working?
I think it's the best place I've trained in for any fight I've had, and it's good. I've got all the close people around me that I need. And
Daniel Dubois is rolling into this fight embracing that underdog mentality, but confident that taking down Anthony Joshua will stamp his name as a true champ. He's got visions of knocking AJ out cold at Wembley, and he's hustling every day to turn that dream into reality. Dubois isn't shy about his intentions, making it clear he's gunning for a knockout. Yeah, a win by any means necessary, but a stoppage is definitely what I'm after. A good stoppage and a statement victory, and that's what I'm all about. Similarly, Anthony Joshua is set to take care of business against Daniel Dubois. He's laser focused on snagging the win and reclaiming the belt. Joshua's determined to make a big statement and bring the title back where it rightfully belongs.
So my emotions with this fight towards Daniel Dubois are based on a job, focusing, completing a mission, and after that, then the championship belt comes home with me and everything else that comes with it. But no emotion, a job and a mission that needs to be completed.
Moreover, Anthony Joshua talks about his training camp being tough, but just another part of the grind. He rates Daniel Dubois as a serious contender and acknowledges that fighting at Wembley with a huge crowd is a big deal. Still, he keeps it real. His main goal is to get the win, no matter how epic the event is.
Guys, we're going to take a step to the right. How's your training camp? How's it been? It's challenging, really challenging, but...
Is this the hardest training camp you've had?
No. They're all like this, all like on the same level, all tough.
How would you rate your opponent on Saturday?
10 out of 10. He's very, very good. Take one more step to the right.
Moreover, Turki Al-Sheikh dropped a post on X earlier saying they're hustling to add more seats because the fights got everyone hyped. He highlighted that demand is off the charts, and they're working hard to fit in all the fans eager to witness the action. With the new promo released, Eddie Hearn highlights the impressive work of Turki Al-Sheikh and his team featuring Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. He specifically praises the Street Fighter-themed promo for the Joshua vs. Dubois fight, directed by Guy Ritchie, as a prime example of their creative approach.
They kind of never cease to amaze you. I was actually on a call to a member of the media there, like asking about the promos, like digging around how much they cost, who's the vision behind this, and really it comes from His Excellency and his team. You know, a very creative, smart guy called Smiley as well, who's on the team. You might know him, but you probably don't because he's quite important. And
unnecessary.
They come up with these concepts for the promos. Like, so when we did the Joshua and Ngannou deal, His Excellency sat me down with his creative team and said, right, the idea we have here is Street Fighter, right? And we want the fight to be based knockout chaos, remember?
In addition, professional boxer Arslanbek Makhmudov isn't holding back, saying Joshua's got way more fight game than Dubois. He believes Joshua's experience, skill, and ring IQ are on a whole different level. Makhmudov thinks Joshua has the edge because he's been through tougher battles and knows how to handle those big moments better.
About Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois, big fight coming up. Who do you think wins that one?
Oh, I think Joshua have more experience. But this guy showed very good fight last fight. Dubois.
Moreover, pro boxer Michael Hunter is betting on Joshua to knock out Daniel Dubois. He's noticed AJ hitting harder and fighting smarter lately, so he's confident Joshua's got the power and precision to finish it early.
You know, he really tries to get better, you know, and you got to respect somebody like that. So I think Daniel Dubois also is a great fighter. You know, he comes from a fighting, you know, family. He got his sisters and, you know, his brothers and all that. So I think he's going to put in good efforts, but I think Anthony Joshua's going to get this one.
Michael Hunter points out that Joshua's right hand is landing with more accuracy and power, showing he's stepped up his game. Hunter's confidently saying, I think Anthony Joshua is going to knock out Daniel Dubois with this improved skill. Additionally, former professional boxer Tony Bellew chimes, saying Joshua's got an 80% chance to beat Dubois. He's just quicker, stronger, and hits way harder.
No, that's being unfair. 80-20, no. 80-20. In Anthony Joshua's favour. And the reason I say that, I don't just say that because I know Josh. I think Daniel's a brilliant fighter. He proved me completely wrong against Filip Hrgovic. I thought he was phenomenal. But let's just weigh it up and what each fight is good at.
Professional kickboxer Dean White is not too sure Dubois can pull off a win against Joshua, but he's really impressed by Dubois' fire and determination.
I don't know, man. I think he needs to hold his centre a bit, be a bit more the big man. Don't let the smaller man push you back, and try and big man him and see. But I don't know, it's easier said than done. That's one hell of a fighter, that guy there, and he showed it time and time again. Usyk. So I don't know, man. I really wish and hope he does it.
Dean White breaks down the careers of Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, giving credit to how they've handled their public image and faced challenges. He's especially impressed with Dubois for bouncing back strong after losing to Joe Joyce, showing real grit and toughness. Dean admits he was skeptical, but Dubois kept shutting him up by winning fights he'd bet against. Dubois' streak of wins proved the haters wrong and showed he's got what it takes to come through when it really counts. Boxing promoter Barry Hearn says Joshua's in the best shape of his life, and he's never seen him more fired up and dedicated.
Well, obviously I'm a big Joshua fan. You know, he's been with us since he won his gold medal in the Olympics. He's a part of the family, really, so our belief in Anthony knows no bounds. I think he's in the form of his life. I've never seen him so committed, but
Barry Hearn knows Joshua's got risks going into the fight with Dubois. He's confident Joshua's in top shape, but he's also aware Dubois is no joke. He's got the power to flip the fight with one shot. Hearn thinks Joshua will win, probably by knockout, but he warns fans to keep their eyes peeled because this fight could be wild and end fast. Pro boxer Jeremiah Milton says the Joshua versus Dubois fight is set to be epic. He notes that Dubois is finally getting recognition for his toughness, while Joshua is gearing up for a major comeback.
Obviously, you spot both. Amazing fight. You know, you got two guys, AJ, who has been on the, I don't know how you say, a rebirth from both men, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Dubois finally being recognized as something other than a quitter, and Joshua, you know, breathing new energy into all his matches. I think that this fight has potential to be just something, you know.
Milton also says both fighters hit hard. He admits Dubois is one of the hardest punchers he's sparred with, but Joshua actually landed the hardest punch he's ever felt.
With us, them, what can you tell us? Yo, I'll say this, man. This is like, and I know I'm known for being 50-50 all the time, but this is the truth, man. I won't ever lie to you. Daniel Dubois is one of the hardest punchers out there that I could say I've shared the ring with, but Joshua actually landed one of the hardest punches that I've ever been hit with.
In addition, former pro boxer Bryant Jennings is backing Joshua and got a heads up for Dubois. Jennings says Joshua's jab and right hand could be straight up deadly, especially if Dubois slips up like he did in the Hrgovic fight.
You know, both of them have punching power, great punching power. You know, Dubois, 26, 27 years old. You know, he just keeps pressing, and so I just think that I still would have AJ to win, based off of, like, don't sleep on AJ's jab, the power of it, and don't sleep on AJ's right hand, the power of it. And so, and I think that watching, Hrgovic and Dubois, the way that, he was able to land those right hands, he's not going to be able to allow that to happen with AJ at all.
Similarly, boxing promoter Barry McGuigan says Joshua's still the favorite, but he's not counting Dubois out. If Dubois lands a big shot, it could flip the script. McGuigan knows Dubois packs serious knockout power that could change everything in an instant.
I think he's going to win the fight. I mean, Joshua would be a favorite, but Dubois can knock him out. Believe me, he can knock anybody out if he hits him on the chin. And, he showed against Hrgovic, he had to take some stick and he came back and he overwhelmed him, and I know the cut-eye was what stopped it eventually, but he was completely on top. Can he win the fight? Absolutely. All he needs is a half a second and he can end this fight, so don't doubt that. You still got to make Joshua a slight favourite.
Barry McGuigan breaks down how mindset is the game changer for both Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois in their upcoming fight. He emphasizes that staying mentally tough is crucial in boxing, and it's going to be a major factor for both fighters when they step into the ring. Moreover, former professional boxer Tony Bellew gives Dubois his props for his impressive skills and stamina, but he's quick to point out that Joshua's got the edge in speed, power, and technique. Bellew argues that while Dubois might keep up with Joshua's work rate, he's not convinced Dubois can withstand AJ's heavy hands for long. He acknowledges Dubois' toughness in past fights, but doubts he can hang with the kind of power Joshua's bringing. Bellew remarks, Joshua's punches are a different caliber. Dubois might be tough, but he won't withstand that kind of power for too long. Former professional boxer Paulie Malignaggi said both Dubois and Joshua took some loses, but they've been grinding to bounce back. He sees this fight as the perfect shot for them to redeem themselves and get that swagger back.
Guys have had to go through that negativity where almost like their self-esteem, their self-confidence, their self-worth was sort of mentally challenged. You could see the way Joshua came back for a lot of fights, even some wins. He didn't look like the same Joshua for a while, But come into play now. That's why fights have to happen, not just that they have to happen, but they have to happen at the right time. This is why I'm so adamant about boxing doing this, where it's not just guys not fighting, it's also guys, by the time they fight, they're not fighting at the right time. Where in this situation, there wasn't a big clamoring about Joshua Dubois, but the fact that this fight's happening right now, when they're both in this ascendancy, especially after having come back from negative spells, I feel like they can have double the confidence.
Paulie Malignaggi said both fighters are fired up after bouncing back and pushing their limits. There's been some talk about Joshua getting hurt and taking a loss in sparring with Dubois, but Malignaggi says Joshua's leveled up since then. He's betting we'll see a new and improved AJ on September 21st. So, what's your take on this showdown? Can Dubois hold on to his titles, or will Joshua spark his legacy with a hometown win? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that like and subscribe if you're feeling this hype.